Hey guys, Jason here for TheChartGuys, taking a look at Tesla. Yesterday we talked about not being able to expect another monster green day because we were overbought, but we certainly had an attempt and we saw a lot of profit taking, which really I would have expected to occur yesterday. But here it is, big red candle, long upper wick signifying that profit taking and much needed consolidation. On the daily time frame, we're edging into overbought territory. We still have 10 points to go, sitting at 63. But we were pretty much overbought everywhere else. So this is a nice consolidation candlestick. What's important is what is happening inside this candlestick. This is not necessarily a giant red flag. A giant red flag would have been a candle that went much lower with a Maribuzo close, which means that low is right at the bottom of the day. This is consolidation. We'll take a look at what type of consolidation it actually is. It could be healthy, and we need to know that because that will help us plan our next move. So daily time frame, RSI is happy at 63.19. Still some room to go. We go into the 4-hour time frame, and it looks like we are getting into a little bit of EQ territory potentially. And we've carved out a couple bases of support on the 4-hour, hopefully setting a new higher low right here at 244.40. So that's important. We do have also given ourselves a new resistance at 253.50. So quite a range to play in. And it looks like bulls, if you just check out this 4-hour time frame, this is still a happy little pattern that we got. We got increasing volume. We've got higher lows, higher highs, and things are looking okay. On the hourly time frame, starting to get a little bit dicier here. Here that we see, we've got our new 248.17 high, 248.50. There's this after, oh, this is actually regular trading action, 253.50, a big spike in volatility and an immediate sell-off. We'll check out the 5-minute time frame to see exactly how fast this occurred. But if we ignore that, on the hourly time frame, we have the potential for setting up a hourly equilibrium. Still, a lot of this stuff needs to be developed and played out. We have the basic components, but we don't really know what we're dealing with quite yet. Let's go to the 15-minute time frame. Here we can see in a little bit more clarity. So we've got that big run up, big sell off. Looks like it occurred over about 45 minutes to an hour. And then we get into a little bit of EQ. So not quite, hasn't had time to develop yet. 248.10, 244.40, those are our supports. We'll see how this develops, what we open it in tomorrow. Check out the 5-minute time frame just for curiosity's sake. Big whipsaw action. Look at that. You could either made a lot of money or lost a lot of money real fast on Tesla today. But, you know, we were expecting pullback. We weren't expecting to be able to stay up and sustain these levels. RSI got overbought immediately, overbought again, and then dropped. If we go to our 15-minute time frame, we spent a lot of the day overbought, dipped back up there, and then immediately rejected from that. And now we're just riding sideways. So what happened, or what's important for me on Tesla is what do we do tomorrow? What sort of strength can we see? I'm going to be paying attention to these 15-minute levels. I got a couple key resistances here, 253.50, and I want to see where we open tomorrow. That'll dictate a lot. If we open right in the middle, then that's great. We might be able to continue this EQ. If we open below it, I'm going to be playing more resistance and see how we reject if and when we do from these levels. And of course, if we open, that's going to have more strength and more sustained power. I'm going to be concerned about getting overbought on the hourly, and our 4-hour is likely still going to be overbought. So we need to be being very cautiously. I'd be looking for short opportunities and playing those as they may present themselves. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, friends. Apple nearing RSI overbought territory, 67.37, very likely dipped up into that overbought territory today with a high this candlestick sitting at 226.42. So much needed consolidation and pullback. If we go to the 4-hour time frame, you can see how that comes into play. Already overbought. We managed to carve out a higher high, start pulling back, and we do have a couple levels of 4-hour support, most importantly 221.43. And we will see if that gets established as our higher low. In order to do that, we need to pull back more conclusively and break over 226.42. But we got a nice 4-hour uptrend intact. 4 hours is still, I still consider this to be overbought. I wouldn't necessarily go long 67 RSI without crazy hype news driving that, in which case we just generally ignore RSI anyway. But that is not the case. So I want to see more consolidation, more pullback. And on the hourly time frame, we have broken this hourly higher high trend. And well, that's not true either, is it? We've broken no trends. Our high is 226.42 and we have 222.04. So until bulls break 222.04 and we drop below that level, the hourly uptrend is still intact, setting higher highs and higher lows. But our RSI, not overbought, 54.63. So a little bit of a mixed bag today, and that seems to be a common occurrence on Apple. Daily needs more consolidation. 4 hours needs to hold 222.04 and 221.43 with the potential to continue this 4-hour uptrend. And the hourly bulls, not really sure what they're doing here, with a couple of key supports and resistances already established. So it should be interesting day tomorrow. If we continue to see very, very strong market action, that will generally drive Apple to the upside. But we can also expect the inverse reaction to a negative day, in which case the 4-hour consolidation is much more likely. Hey guys, Jason here taking a look at Netflix. An inside bar bull break, almost immediate rejection, still being held down by that omnipresent, ever powerful EMA 12. For me, that's going to be the name of the game moving forward. We need to get over that for long-term entry, and until then, we're just going to be playing this little bit of chop inside our daily opportunities. So we have established another resistance that we need to look for, daily high a day, and I'm looking at 297.17, and you can see we are still in this overall daily downtrend in the sense we're setting these lower lows and constricting ranges. And the longer we spend in this downtrend, the harder it's going to be to get out of it, because there's just more people, well, the term is bag holders, but people who have purchased here and may want to get out as soon as the price gets back up there because they've lost confidence but haven't sold yet. But it just builds up a lot of walls and a lot of resistance, and each time we have a candlestick, we set up hourly resistances and 4-hour resistances and supports that eventually we're going to need to work through. So we got to keep that in mind. But the story is, yes, the daily bears still very much in control, held down by that EMA 12, and we got to get over that before we're going to go anywhere. Let's check out the 4-hour time frame. Very similar story. A little bit, almost an EQ, not quite, simply because we got this higher high just over that level. I'm almost tempted to call that a double top, and I would be playing it as such if we get up to that level tomorrow. 292.65, 4-hour higher lows, a little bit of a constricting range. And if we go to the hourly time frame, we can see how that is coming into play. We are getting these higher highs, but we have that zone of resistance to watch out for. Treat this as an ascending triangle break over 292.65, and then 297.17 is on deck. I want to check out that 5-minute time frame. Take a look at what was happening there, and you can see how this action is tightening up, but still not giving us a lot of direction to work with. Ultimately, it just comes down to, does this pattern get established as an ascending triangle? If it breaks bull, do we get over EMA 12? That's the only thing that I care about right now. So let's go back actually to that 15-minute time frame. There's that 292.65. That is the level to watch. Get over 292.65. Then we've got a nice bull break. Actually, that would be over our EMA 12. And in that case, if we do that with good volume, a good target would be 297.17. That's it for today. Hey guys, Jason here for TheChartGuys, taking a look at Amazon. Happy little day for Amazon, a little bit of profit taking, but a nice normal trading range. This is sort of what we would want to see on a regular day without any craziness happening. We set a new high, and now bulls need to see if we can continue this action, or are we going to set a new daily high or low over 18.0534. So that's the key support that I'm going to be watching in the short term. And for resistance, 18.5366. Go to the 4-hour time frame. We can see that we have set that low. The 4-hour low in after hours is going to be 17.95 psych, and our high is still 18.5366. So the 4-hour uptrend is not, it's no longer in place, simply because we've established this low that failed to act as a higher low. So we've set lower lows and higher highs, which means we're opening the door for volatility and price discovery. So we need to establish a more determinate trend on the hourly, which currently belongs to the bulls. So as long as bulls can carve out this area as an area of support, break to a new high over 15.5366, they may in fact assist these bears in establishing a or I should say assist the bulls in establishing a new base of support and giving themselves that 4-hour trend back. A little bit of a mixed bag again on Amazon, but a normal trading range. Everything seems to be happy. If I'm just playing on the daily time frame, I would be expecting a little bit of a downswing. I would be looking for a 4-hour drop, and again, that higher low, anything over 18.05 is going to be okay. So if we go back to our where are we here? Our 4-hour chart, we can simply come all the way down here, turn around, and still look good on the 4-hour time frame, and the daily would be happy and everyone would be happy and we could all order more stuff on Amazon.